G'day guys, Russ here from Prime Motion Training. For our interview members, one of the things I'm asking them to give some thought to gather some information and evidence about, is their ability to follow directions, to follow tasks, to comply with policies, to follow procedures, to adhere to legislation. And the reason we're working on those things is that in the capability profile, one of the key performance indicators is exactly that. And I've said this in the past, but the reason those indicators are there is not just because someone's thought that they sound like a good sort of question to ask of applicants, but rather they are the functions, the skills, the qualities that you need to have when you're working in a policing industry. And you may be aware that during the week there was some media attention around the fact that Victoria Police recently has issued more than 700 infringement notices incorrectly. Now, I'm certainly not going to be critical of members messing up a penalty notice or an infringement notice. It's easily done. It's fair to say there's a lot of paperwork in the police force, and putting in the wrong date or ticking the wrong column or using the wrong code is something that happens. I've been there and done that myself, and it's an absolute pain in the backside. But the ability to follow directions and follow procedures and use the checklist is really important, because there's consequences when we don't. And Victoria Police is probably going to experience some consequences of these penalty notices being issued incorrectly. So as an applicant, I need you to really think about what sort of evidence can you give to demonstrate to Victoria Police that you are someone who has in the past and is still continuing to this day to follow procedures, to comply with legislation, to understand policies, to use checklists. Like, they need you to follow the tasks and do the things that you need to do the way they want you to do it, so that you're reliable. And the reason those things are in place is for exactly this reason. There are consequences when we don't do things the way that the organisation needs us to do them. So just a little thing to think about. We want to provide evidence, we want to provide good quality evidence, and I hope that by understanding why it's important and how it relates to policing in a real situation like what's happened recently, it helps you to better get your head around what you're trying to demonstrate to recruiting when you go and sit your interview. Okay guys, well, as always, if you've got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, I'll see you in another video soon.